every day, how many people would you touch?
As many as I could.
That's the whole behind this
Yep.
video. How many people can you save
Right.
that sees that life can still be good
Mm-hmm.
outside that culture?
Mm-hmm. And that's what we're doing here too,
You
because um, sometimes you know that, and I know that, and I think for people who have not realized this yet, it looks like there is no end in sight. It looks like there's
No light at the end of the
exactly.
tunnel.
So, but to have people who have been through it, or having people talking about something different as opposed to just say, hey, this is why you should hate the Democrats. This is why you should hate the Republicans. This is why Trump is bad. This is why Biden is bad. This is why,
Is anybody
take a
better?
breather,
Yeah.
right? They said, go outside and touch the grass, right? It's almost like we're living in this loop, and it's just like negativity, which is why negativity sells, which is why I don't care if this channel never gets it to like a Joe Rogan, because I will find solace in the fact that the people who were supposed to hear what I talk about on this channel, what Big Mike had to say, have already heard it. And those people will go on to do bigger things. So I don't get bogged down in the whole followers, and
You
I
don't
know the name of the game.
have to. If one
Exactly.
person watches this, Smith, and they say, okay, let me give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give it a try. If you try it and you can't find any peace while you're trying it, tell me you can't in this conversation. Tell me you can't find peace and understanding in what we do. By giving this message to maybe only one person will hear it.
Yep.
But if we save that one life, how
That's
many
all
would
that
I have
matters.
saved before? How
That's all that
many
matters.
lives can you save before,
Right.
before you did this channel? And maybe it does blow up.
Mm-hmm.
God bless, man, because the more people that know it's okay to talk about it, to be men and talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
because we're men.
Yeah.
We're men. We go to the gym. We do all the right things. We go to work. We support our family. We don't back down, but we do it in a godly way
Mm-hmm.
to change somebody's life.
Right.
And if we can change one life,
Mm-hmm.
would you make it happy?
100%.
Me too, bro.
And let me ask you, so right now, what kind of message would you have for a young Mike Marlowe, a 13-year-old who's going through what you're going through right now?
Brother, find somebody that's Christian and ask them some questions. Somebody that you trust, not just an outsider.
Mm.
And open the book and just read a little bit at a time, because the book's confusing.
The Bible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's confusing. So maybe if you don't understand the Bible, do like I do, the devotions.
Mm.
That just had that simple little prayer there. And one of those is going to hit home with you. It's going to hit you where you need to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be afraid to think that there's not life after all that. Living proof,
Mm-hmm.
8th grade education, solid 8th grade education, partial 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I run a sales department at a multi-million-dollar dealership. My best friend in life is my boss when I come to work, which is my brother.
It's a blessing, man.
I get to lean on him. He gets to lean on me, and the two of us together are such a power that we change the whole culture of our dealership.
Yeah.
I have almost every employee at my dealership on my prayer list now, because they're all like, hey man, I hear you got this prayer list. What's going on with you?
Mhm.
And you get to add that,
Yeah.
and you get to watch how it touches their lives. And then the comments, you see my phone flashing over here, that's all the comments from the prayers this morning. All these people keep reaching back out. Like, Smith, when I was in the hospital, the prayer list was so important to me that I had my wife do it for me. I was like, baby, I come down here and do the prayers for me. I can't see the phone. I'm sick, right, blah, blah.
Mhm.
And, and then she's like, wow, you do this every morning. And she got to sit there and see how much time it took, because I don't do it as a group. I do each person individual, because everybody is individual.
Mhm.
The same prayer, but everybody's individual.
Mhm.
And there's sometimes I'll add something to it, because I know you guys are going through stuff,
Mhm.
and to be able to touch people's heart, as you see in this men groups that we belong to, Smith and I are at the same table. We've been at 2 different tables,
Yep.
And
Shout out to table 18 and 24.
and 24, and all the tables in
That's
in
right.
our group. There was over 400 guys there last night, but to see the transformation of men
Mm-hmm.
that happens by us talking about our past, whew, we've already, we're doing God's
Right.
work,
It's incredible, man, because just like everybody's saying in that group, and if you, wherever you are right now, if you don't have a community where you can get plugged into a group like that.
Cape Christian Men's Group, you can find it online. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just Cape Christian's a fantastic church anyway. It started out, we found out last night, it started out with 10 guys and we were at 400 last night, full capacity.
Right.
We needed more room.
Right. 400 men that on a Tuesday night that
worked all day,
could have different things going on. The ball game's on. They're still choosing to come and fellowship, shipping with one another. So let that set in for a little bit. So,
and wait a minute, hold on. Then they all cooked meals because last night was our dinner night. So everybody brought food. 400 men brought food.
Right.
And they set up tables for 400 men to eat together and break bread together in an environment that went from, I think the youngest person there was 16 and the oldest one last night was probably in her 80s.
Yep.
And last night we had a guest at our table last night was a pastor from another church that has retired.
That's right.
And he's like, what do you guys got going on here? I looked at him, I said, what do you think, Pastor? He goes, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, he's been a pastor his whole life. He said, what you guys got going on here is incredible. And that's just men, how they say it, bros are better together.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're all broken.
Yeah.
We all have these labels thrown on us.
Of course.
You have labels, I have labels. In my culture, growing up, white and black were so separated, so segregated, you couldn't be like that,
Right. Yeah.
And when I tell you I love you, brother, it's from here.
100%.
Because, when you break bread in my house, that's everything to me because I let you through that door and we ate together, and your whole family has been over here and it's just incredible. Even with the age gap that we can lean on each other and the things you've taught me at my age and the things I've taught you at your age, don't ever think that something's not a lesson. Don't ever think that it's not a lesson because, you can say, oh, I'm going through cancer right now. Oh, why did God give me this? He didn't give you that. He's given you the strength to fight that.
Right.
He's given you grow in the valleys. You don't grow on the mountaintops. You grow in that struggle of climbing back out of the bottom. Listen, I was on the bottom.
Right.
I had lost twice everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gave it all away to my wives here. You got my kids. You take it all. I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Lost it all. And then rebuilt this the third time with a woman that gave me the power to love her unconditionally. And then she loved me unconditionally. And that changed the whole way of thinking. What I thought love was great sex, a woman that obeyed, and that you could just go on to work and just come home and she wouldn't rob you. That's my idea of love. And then Barb stepped in my life and she showed me the love that pours out of her towards her kids and her family. And it's like, whoa, this is powerful. This is a woman that was married 27 years, woke up to her husband dead in bed next to her due to a diabetic heart attack.
Wow.
And had to figure out how to take her head off the pillow, put her kids through school, pay the rent, buying a house, pay for a car, and not find a bottle, not find a syringe, not find a pill.
That's what mental fortitude is. That's what strength is.
Is that power?
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, she's too weak to be with Mike Marlowe. Too weak? That's the most powerful woman I've ever met in my life.
That's right.
All my friends would have found a bottle, found a syringe, found a pill, something, found a snort, something,
Yeah.
Here, this woman figured out how to get out of bed, put her kid through college, pay off her house, and go forward on her salary alone.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so to look at something like that changed the way I looked at women, This is, she changed. She didn't ask me to change. She changed me to be a better man. If she can do this, watch what I can do.
Right.
We have.
Yeah.
Look around you.
Exactly.
This is this is in 13 years.
Yeah.
This is in 13 years, My idea of a pool in the backyard was a little tub that you pulled out there and put water in it,
Yeah.
Yeah. And, does life get busy? Yes, it does. But I figure out a way to get to church every Sunday. I figure out a way to get to that men's group every Tuesday, and I figure out a way to send out prayers every day. Do you have to get up a little early to do that? I get to get up a little early to do that and celebrate it with my wife.
Yes.
It's just, and you get to get up every day and show your kids a different lifestyle than what you grew up in.
Absolutely.
If coming from where you come, that's where the respect comes in from me to you, because knowing that you were in that dirt floor type atmosphere with talking about poverty, talking about having a piece of bread and some sugar water as your meal that day, to where you are now. I've been to your house. Beautiful. Your wife made it a home.
Yeah.
And when the first time I came into your house, your wife made me feel so welcome. As you notice, we did dishes together. We did everything because that's the way I felt. I felt like I was at home again,
You are at home.
And, so when you think that you're in this trap that you can't get out, just drop to your knees and ask God to save you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the beautiful thing, man. And then sometimes I'm just sitting there, how can I put it? And obviously I don't want to, belittle anybody and telling you, like, because there are people who are very smart and think that they can't get through it and they have to revert to the pills, the drugs, the alcohol, like that, like they have to revert to a lot of other vices to help them get through it. But they don't realize that the strength that they have. And you and I would know that that strength comes from God. It's the ability to see the world for what it is
for
and not
what it is.
conform to it and have like a eternal mindset. It's like believing in God is just something so magical because two exact people, let's just say two twin brothers,
Of course.
sisters, they could be going through exact same trials and tribulations. The only difference might be one believes in God, one doesn't. And you will see this stark difference between
Of course.
their attitude, how they go, like whether they get over that situation, they get through it or not. Because only one thing is the ability to let God in and let God help you fight those battles. So sometimes I struggle with, I know like not everybody listening to this is a Christian. And I get that. I understand that there is a secular world. There is a world of all sorts of different religions, people who don't think the way that we do. But and I know at the end of the day, it's not going to be me bringing people to God. God's going to work through me, through you to get people to God, right? And so I guess I'm answering my own question. Like at the end of the day, we just need to keep making ourselves available. Let God do what he does through us. But
there's a song out there that says everybody speaks to God one day.
mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's right as you're getting ready to leave this earth that you go ahead and say your prayer to God,
Mm-hmm.
So why not say that prayer earlier?
Mm.
Why do you have to wait?
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait until you're getting ready to die to say, okay, God, I'm sorry for everything I've done? Why can't we say that prayer a little earlier?
Well, it's because I think we
think that we're not going to have fun as a Christian.
That's it right there.
We think that we're not going to grow as a Christian. Listen, I ride a motorcycle every day.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of fun. I get to enjoy my grandkids. I get to enjoy my kids growing up and watching how they've changed, watching them. If you don't think I get to jump in that pool and make a bubble bath out of that pool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have all that when I was doing drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have all that. I had the biker lifestyle, the broads, the drugs, the fast motorcycles, the late nights, the fear. Everybody feared Big Mike, because he's a badass on the streets, But you know who didn't fear me?
God,
because when he's like, because my claim to fame was I can out fight you, I can out F you, and I definitely do more drugs than you. He's like, pow, heart attack, really? Beat me.
Right.
Beat me.
That's right.
Beat me. Wow, I got taken out that quick.
Yeah.
And then it changed my life.
That's right.
I woke up from a bad dream. And 16 years later, I can live an amazing life. I live an amazing life, more than I deserve. My wife and I work hard, but we work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
We raise these kids as a team. Everybody's like, oh, well, your son went through No, my son got a bonus mom, and my ex-wife married an amazing man that's a bonus dad. I love the man that she married. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
What he's done for my son that wasn't his blood was amazing. Jealousy is not in my body. I'm not a jealous man. I'm a respected man, and I respect other men that act like men. He's a man to my son, so he gets a bonus dad. So my son didn't grow up without parents. He grew up with two sets of parents. Barb that loves him unconditionally, and Timmy that loves him unconditionally. Carrie being his mother, me being his father. And we still have conversations on the phone because I didn't do everything the way she wanted me to do it. She didn't do everything the way I wanted to do it. But you know what? We raised a good kid together.
Yeah.
And I'll always love her.
Yeah.
I'll always love Pam, my first wife. She gave me a good life too. I was a drug addict, bro. Am I in love with them? No, but I can still love them because they gave me two wonderful kids. My kids are wonderful. You think back of all these things that you go through. My father was a dick. Now, do I want to be that way with my kids, or do I want to break the chains? I broke the chains. I broke the cycle. I broke the Marlowe cycle. I teach my kids love like the women in your life, like the mothers, the aunts, the women that's been through all the Marlowe clan, love like them and watch how you turn out. And my youngest sees that, you know, he sees that. My oldest sees that, you know, Corey sees that. You know, Corey came into my life 13 years ago as a grown man already. And he told me, and we were in an elevator on my wife's 50th birthday. Corey and I were in the elevator together. He goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" A grown man wanted to call me Pop. And then he called his brothers and asked them if they would all call him Pops, so he didn't feel like an outsider. He's like, "I can't call you Dad. I had a dad. But can I call you Pops?" Here's a grown man wanting to call me Pops, bro. If that isn't leadership,
Right.
if that isn't God sent, and then I watched him change to be like me. Smith, if I die today, I won. I've won. You know, I mean, it's like, that's an honor. It's an honor. And now all my sons call me Pops.
Hey, yeah, you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Help us spread the word.